Hello and welcome back to Plan My Disney Holiday. Today's video is a review of Captain Jack's restaurant in Adventureland in Disneyland Park. As I've done in previous videos, I'll look at different elements that I think about when looking at the restaurants. So location, price, food, theming, those sort of things to try and give you an idea of what it's like. I don't rate them because preferences and all that sort of stuff. You can just listen to what my experience was like and decide for yourself. So Captain Jack's, is it worth it? So we went in February. If you're new to the channel, the vlogs are on the channel, so make sure you go check them out. We did actually go to Captain Jack's. The location of Captain Jack's is absolutely amazing. It is astounding. I love the location of Captain Jack's. It is in Adventureland next to Pirates of the Caribbean. When you exit Pirates of the Caribbean, you will come out by the entrance to Captain Jack's. As you enter, you come through and you can see the boats to the Pirates of the Caribbean going past. So it is absolutely amazing that they've put the restaurant in with the attraction. So that bit is absolutely amazing. Sort of like, I think there is something like this in Disneyland in California at Captain Jack, that there's a restaurant next to Pirates of the Caribbean. And it's like the Mexico Pavilion with the 3 Calaberos. So the restaurant location is fantastic. It's in Adventureland. It's next to Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a really good location. The theming of it goes so well with the attraction. So obviously, with it being called Captain Jack's, it's got a pirate theme to it, which ties in brilliantly with the Pirates of the Caribbean attraction. So it's absolutely well themed. There's wanted posters of the different pirates throughout decoration. There's like crates, and I remember seeing like ship wheels, and it's just very wooden. It feels quite Caribbean. It reminds me of Black Flag Assassin's Creed, if you've ever played that. There are quite a lot of the shacks and quite a few of the buildings in there are quite wooden. Because you're by the river, you got the smell of Pirates of the Caribbean. There is one slight downfall. I quite like it. I think it would bother some people, but it is dark in the restaurant. With it being tied with Pirates of the Caribbean, the attraction's dark itself, and so is the restaurant. It's got the lighting on your table and it's very dimly lit, but then at the same time it's sort of being Caribbean, pirates ruling the waves. Electricity wasn't really around that much, so it sort of goes with the theming that the lighting isn't over abundant. It's quite a dark restaurant, but I still enjoyed it. I think the theming was superb for where it is. It's a great location. So now let's have a look at the food. Now, as I said, we went in February. As we went for the Pirates Treasure menu. So that's a fixed price menu, and you just choose your items off it. There is plenty of choice. It's a Caribbean style restaurant, so it's not got like anything like it in Disneyland as well. So it's really good. So for your starters, as part of the Pirates Treasure menu, you have chopped smoked chicken with green papaya and pickled vegetables, island style fish soup, quinoa salad and spicy cashew dressing, which is a vegetarian/vegan option. From what I remember, I went for the chopped smoked chicken with green papaya and pickled vegetables. My mum-in-law, she was with us, she went for the fish soup. I think Vicky also went for the chicken. We were all really pleased with how the food was. It was absolutely amazing, tasted absolutely fantastic. So the starters we really enjoyed. We had a great time eating them. For the main courses, there's the oven-baked Maui Maui fish steak with coconut sauce and bell peppers, Caribbean chicken and prawns with the captain's rice, or there's vegetable lentil and plantain curry, which is a vegetarian and vegan. I went for the Caribbean chicken and prawns with the captain's rice. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I demolished it all. I loved how the rice was served on the side and it was in a coconut. I absolutely loved that. I thought that was a great added element to it. Both my mum-in-law and Vicky both went for the vegetable, lentil and plantain curry. And pretty much Vicky is a big fan of plantain. So her biggest problem with it was there was not enough plantain, but still she really enjoyed it. She ate as much as she could. Unfortunately, we had eaten quite a lot that day, so we were everyone else wasn't that hungry, even though I demolished mine. But it was really, really good. And then we finished with a dessert. So there was island style rice pudding and mango puree, exotic fruit soup, muscovado, sugar and coconut and cashew emulsion, shortbread, roasted pineapple and bourbon vanilla whipped cream. I had the rice pudding. I absolutely loved it. Again, I loved the mango puree with it. It was just so sweet. It was brilliant. I absolutely love this location for its food. €42 for a 3-course meal is not a bad price to pay. I would happily go back to this location. I would happily pay for this meal again. Probably not the next time I visit, maybe in a few years. If I was to go back, I will probably give it a couple of years to enjoy. But I definitely will return to Captain Jack's. The rest of my party, they tried the shortbread, roasted pineapple and bourbon vanilla whipped cream, which I had some of and I really enjoyed as well. I don't think you could go wrong with any of the desserts. They were really, really tasty. The whole courses, each one of them, the whole meal was absolutely fantastic. The food was brilliant. We loved it. We had so much fun with there. The service was fantastic. The server, we were getting cocktails and he was like, what do you enjoy? And he sort of helped us pick out our cocktails. Drinks aren't included with the price fixed menu. It's not a bad thing. The server really was fantastic. He came across, helped us, which at the time was actually towards closing time. It was towards the end of his shift. I could tell because the restaurant was closing. I looked on the app after we'd finished and it was actually, we were some of the last people to be served that day. So I think it closed at 4 o'clock. I think our meal was about 3:15. So I was going to talk about times with the restaurant, but if you know Disneyland Paris, if you know Disney World is kind of very similar, those off-peak times, the times do vary. So for example, during their big peak times, Magic Kingdom will stay open till 1 o'clock in the morning, keep going. And when it's off peak, when it's quiet, I know that it's about 10 o'clock, I think the earliest they close. So depending on the time of the year you go, depends on the times of the parks. The off peak, you finish early. So because we were going off peak, we were going in February, it was very quiet in comparison to some of the crowds that I've seen. The restaurants open and close with accordance with what the park times are. So now that the parks are open a bit more because it's towards the end of the summer, it's a bit more popular, the restaurant is actually open till 8 o'clock now. So depending on when you go is when you actually will be able to go to the restaurant. So depending on the time of year it is, depends on how long the parks are open for, depends on how long the restaurants are open for. So it's not the restaurant that was closing early, it's just that the parks were closing early, so that had a knock-on effect. So I'm not going to score them down, I'm not going to hate on it because that's what was happening, but it was a really good restaurant. And to say it was the end of the shift, I couldn't tell. The food was still good, the staff was fantastic. I absolutely loved going to Captain Jack's. I think it's one of the best themed restaurants we went to, except for one more which I haven't reviewed yet, but it will be coming up. I think there is one themed restaurant which is so much better, but that is to be in a future video. I do suggest going to Captain Jack's. Yes, it is expensive, but you are going to be absorbed into this Caribbean restaurant, the theming, the surroundings that you have around you is fantastic, and it just brings this whole magical wonder to it. The food is unique to the park. You're not going to find much like it elsewhere. If you're sick of the baguettes, if you're sick of just having sandwiches, then this is definitely a choice for you. Now, as I said, we went for the fixed price menu. There is choices where you can go off the menu. So they have got a 30th anniversary celebration going on. So there's the 10 Taste Sensation celebration, caramelized pastry, vanilla cream, candied lemon and red berries. There's mini Mickey cake, fruit celebration cocktail, fruit delight. They've got wines available. So as part of they're even celebrating the 30th anniversary by having certain drinks and foods in. So if you are going off the menu, if you're not going for the fixed price menu, you're looking at sort of around €18 for a starter. So I think the most cheapest is €18 and the most expensive is €19. You've got Caribbean guacamole, root vegetable salad. You've got the vegan option, the Corona salad and spicy cashew dressing, the smoked chicken with green papaya and pickled vegetables, mixed salad with prawns and crunchy apples with a smoked paprika dressing, cod fritters and fried cassava, taramid sauce and Corolla cabbage salad, white tuna, coriander, lime and fried taco, and Irish style fish soup. So again, there's some choices that you get as part of the fixed price menu, but €18 for your cheapest starter there. Your main menus, you've got the same sort of the lentil curry. You've got a grilled fillet of wahoo, sweet potato mash and tangy multicolored carrots, oven baked maui fish steak, which was on the fixed price menu, the Captain Caribbean and prawns, which I had, which was absolutely amazing. I definitely recommend it if you are there. I loved it. It's fantastic. Slow roasted smoked suckling pig with grilled aubergine and squash, tender beef with taramid sauce, jalapeno salsa and sweet potatoes. So again, the most expensive main menu you're looking at, the main course, is €38, and for the cheapest is €32. So the menu itself, the fixed price menu, was €42, and already you're sort of now looking at being cheaper than actually getting two courses by themselves. And finally, the most important course. I love desserts, and the most important dessert, the course, there is lots of choice again. So there's the rice pudding, which I had, highly recommend. So good, so smooth, brilliant. I loved it. The exotic fruit soup, again, a great choice if you're fancying it. Tonka bean flavoured chocolate tart with vanilla ice cream and spice infused syrup. Island style rum baba with lime and mint mojito style baba. Shortbread, which we had and was really good. And there's also to have a glass of shrub as well. So there is some choices there. Again, you're looking at around €15-16 for your desserts. So it can be quite an expensive restaurant if you want to go off the fixed price menu. I recommend sticking to the fixed price menu. It is good. It is actually quite a bit of choice there, even though it's limited. I still think that that's a really good menu. So just to sum up about Captain Jack's, the location is fantastic. It's in Adventureland. It's in the Disney park. It is fantastic. It's next to Pirates of the Caribbean. So the theming goes really well with the attraction. Yes, it is dark. It is a dark restaurant, but I think the darkness is overshone by the theming and the surroundings that you're in. It is quite a large restaurant, so you might be wanting to sit by the waterside and see the boats going past. There is a very good chance that you might not, because we were sat sort of like a couple of rows away from the riverside. So yeah, you might not have that riverside view, but, well, I say riverside, attraction side view. But it didn't affect us. We sort of still enjoyed our meal. If, on the other hand, you are not wanting to sit next to the attraction and see people watching you eat, then that's not a problem, because there is plenty of space available throughout the whole restaurant. You don't have to be sat next to the attraction. So yeah, if you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to go there, sit next to Pirates of the Caribbean, there is a slight chance that you might not be, but I still think that it is a fantastic restaurant. I still think it's well themed. The food is good, but expensive. So I can understand. So the pros are the location, the food tasting fantastic, the uniqueness of the food. The cons is really the price. Really, it is an expensive meal for what you're getting. But I really enjoyed it. I will happily go again, as I've said. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever been to Captain Jack's, if you ever plan on going to it. What's your opinions? Maybe I had a really good day. Maybe it was just a chance. I love going to Captain Jack's. I hope you guys too. Stay tuned. I have been playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, and this past Friday just gone, I posted a video of my first part. Stay tuned, because there are more parts to come. I'm really enjoying it. If you're wanting to join the stream, Twitch is Plan My Disney. I really enjoy playing it. I'm going to try and do as many streams as I can. I'm going to try and bring those streams, chop them up and bring them to the YouTube channel. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Have fun, and I will see you all real soon.